Every morning is a fresh opportunity, a brand new chapter of your life waiting to be written. The way you begin your day has the power to shape everything that follows. If you open your eyes with gratitude, determination, and purpose, you ignite a fire within yourself that no challenge can extinguish. Each sunrise is not just light breaking through the darkness. It is a reminder that you have been given another chance to build, to grow, and to move closer to your dreams. The mind is the most powerful tool you own, and it is in the morning when it is at its most receptive. What you feed your mind at the beginning of the day will echo through every choice you make. If you start by doubting yourself, by complaining, or by carrying yesterday's failures, you set yourself up for another day of defeat. But if you begin with a clear vision, a decision to act, and a belief in your own ability to shape your destiny, then the world itself seems to bend in your favor. Every morning, before the noise of the world reaches you, remind yourself of who you are and what you are capable of. Speak to yourself with strength, not weakness. Tell yourself that you are here for a reason, that your life has meaning, and that today is your opportunity to take one more step toward the future you desire. Say it until you feel it. Say it until it becomes your truth, because words repeated with conviction sink deep into the subconscious mind and begin to transform your reality. Take a moment to visualize the life you want to live. See yourself already achieving the goals you have set. Picture the success, the peace, the strength, the freedom. This exercise is not fantasy. It is a command to your mind to seek ways to make it real. When you hold a picture with intensity, your mind begins to search for the path, and opportunities appear where once there was only confusion. Do not waste your mornings on distractions. Do not let your phone, your doubts, or your fears own your first hours. The first hour is golden. It belongs to you, and if you claim it with discipline, the rest of your day falls in line. Read something that lifts you, write down your goals, repeat your affirmations, breathe deeply, and prepare yourself like a warrior stepping onto the battlefield of life. Remember, success is not an accident. It is not reserved for the few. It belongs to those who are consistent, who are deliberate, who treat each morning as the beginning of a mission. When you wake up, remind yourself that this day will never come again, and you have one chance to use it fully. Waste it, and it is gone forever. Use it wisely, and it becomes the stepping stone to greatness. Every empire was built one brick at a time, every masterpiece one stroke at a time, and every successful life one morning at a time. Do this every morning. Command your thoughts, discipline your actions, and ignite your spirit. If you do, you will discover that the life you once dreamed of begins to unfold before you, not by chance, but by choice, and by the power of beginning each day with purpose. Every morning is not just a beginning. It is a sacred moment when you decide what kind of person you will be that day. The single most powerful thing you can do when you wake up is take control of your thoughts before the world takes control of them for you. The mind is like a fertile field, and whatever seeds you plant in those early hours will grow throughout the day. If you begin your morning with doubt, fear, or negativity, then you will carry those seeds everywhere you go. But if you deliberately plant faith, vision, and determination, you create a foundation for success that nothing can shake. This is the key point that separates those who drift aimlessly from those who rise to greatness. The ability to master the first thoughts of the day. When you open your eyes, your mind is fresh, unshaped, and vulnerable. It has not yet been influenced by the noise of the outside world. This is the moment to imprint it with strength. If you allow the morning to be consumed by distractions, scrolling through social media, worrying about yesterday's problems, or reacting to other people's demands, you surrender the most valuable part of your day. Instead, discipline yourself to claim it as your own. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, letting go of all tension. Then, speak to yourself with conviction. Tell yourself you are capable. Tell yourself you are strong. Tell yourself that you are moving towards something meaningful. This is not empty talk. It is programming your subconscious mind to serve you instead of sabotage you. The subconscious is always listening. It does not argue with you. It does not question you. It accepts what you repeat and begins to create it in your reality. Imagine beginning every morning by saying, I am full of energy, I am focused, I am unstoppable, I am worthy of success. Imagine holding a vision of yourself already living the life you desire, already standing on the mountaintop of your dreams. Over time, your mind begins to believe it, and once it believes it, your actions follow. What begins as words becomes habits, and what becomes habits becomes destiny. That is the hidden power of mastering your mornings. Think about the difference between two people. One wakes up late, complains about being tired, rushes through the morning, and spends the first hour reacting to emails and messages. The other rises with intention. They spends the first moments feeding the mind with empowering thoughts, sets clear goals for the day, and visualizes success. Both live in the same world, both face challenges, but one is mentally prepared while the other is already defeated. Its success is not luck. It is preparation meeting opportunity, and that preparation begins in the quiet power of the morning. When you choose to take control of your mornings, you are training your mind to obey you instead of being dragged by circumstances. You are creating a shield of positivity that protects you when difficulties arise. The day will always bring challenges. There will be obstacles, people who doubt you, unexpected setbacks. But when you have started your day with clarity, determination, and vision, those obstacles no longer knock you down. You see them as stepping stones, as opportunities to grow, because your mind was prepared before the battle began. That is why every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every visionary begins the day with a ritual of mental conditioning. They know that winning the morning is winning the day. Do not underestimate the simplicity of this practice. Some may dismiss it as too easy or too obvious. But it is not the difficulty of an act that makes it powerful. It is the consistency. If you do this once, you may feel good for a few hours. If you do this every morning, you rewire the very structure of your mind. Slowly, doubt is replaced by belief. Fear is replaced by courage. Confusion is replaced by focus. The outer world begins to bend because your inner world has already shifted. What looked impossible begins to appear possible, not because the world changed, but because your perception changed. Consider how many people wake up and immediately think about what they lack, what they fear, or what they regret. They replay their failures, they imagine their limitations, and they allow negativity to shape the path of the day. By noon, they are exhausted, not from work, but from carrying the heavy weight of untrained thoughts. Now imagine a different picture. You wake up, and instead of focusing on what is missing, you focus on what is possible. Instead of worrying about what might go wrong, you affirm what will go right. Instead of dragging yesterday's disappointments into today, you choose to create a new story. The difference in energy, focus, and results is extraordinary. That difference compounds day after day until it becomes the defining factor of your entire life. The morning is the time to declare your intention. Ask yourself, what kind of person will I be today? Will I lead with fear or with courage? Will I waste my hours or invest them in building my future? Will I wait for opportunities or create them? These questions ignite your awareness and force you to make a choice. And every choice made in those first hours sets a pattern that echoes through the rest of the day. That is why successful people do not leave their mornings to chance. They have a routine, a system, a practice that aligns their thoughts with their goals. This is not about perfection. It is not about waking up with a smile every day or pretending that life is always easy. It is about discipline. It is about saying, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what challenges I face, I will begin today with strength. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. Without it, dreams remain fantasies. With it, fantasies become realities. The morning is your daily training ground for discipline. If you can command yourself in the first hour, you can command yourself in every hour. It is also in the morning that your imagination is at its strongest. The creative part of your brain is fresh, unclouded, and ready to be directed. Use this power. Visualize your goals as if they are already done. See yourself shaking hands on the deal, holding the degree, living in the home, or standing on the stage. Feel the emotions of success. Let your heart race with excitement. The brain does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It accepts what you feed it and begins to move your body and your actions toward making it true. That is why visualization is not fantasy. It is rehearsal for the future. When done every morning, it transforms uncertainty into certainty. Another reason mornings are critical is because they set your emotional state. The emotions you feel at the start of the day often determine how you interpret events later. If you begin with stress, then every challenge feels heavier. If you begin with peace and focus, those same challenges feel lighter, even empowering. This is why gratitude is such a powerful morning practice. When you take a few moments to be grateful for your health, for the opportunities ahead, for the people who support you, you elevate your state. Gratitude creates abundance, because when you focus on what you have, you naturally attract more of it. Starting your morning with gratitude is like laying a foundation of strength that cannot be shaken by the storms of the day. Do not wait for motivation to strike you. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is permanent. The act of commanding your thoughts every morning is not about waiting to feel good. It is about choosing to take control regardless of feelings. Some mornings you will wake up tired, discouraged, or uninspired. That is when this practice matters most. That is when repeating affirmations, visualizing success, and setting intentions transform your state. The discipline of doing it, even when you don't feel like it, is what creates lasting change. Over time, this single habit will become the cornerstone of your life. It will separate you from the masses who live by default, who allow the world to dictate their mood and their future. You will rise with certainty, clarity, and power. You will no longer chase success desperately. It will be drawn to you because you have aligned your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions with the life you desire. Each day will no longer feel like a random struggle. It will feel like a deliberate step toward your destiny. This is the power of mastering your mornings. The moment you wake up, the moment you take your first breath of the day, you are given a choice to surrender to circumstances or to create your own. If you take control of your mind in that sacred moment, you take control of your life. That is why the key is simple but profound. Do this every morning, and you will transform not only your days, but your entire future. Every morning holds the power to shape your entire life, because the first thoughts you choose set the tone for everything that follows. If you decide to rise with clarity, gratitude, and determination, you create a foundation that no obstacle can break. It is not the outside world that decides your destiny. It is the discipline of commanding your mind before the world commands it for you. When you choose to take control of your mornings, you choose to take control of your future. Do this every single day, and soon you will discover that success is not a matter of chance, but the natural result of a mind trained to see possibility, to act with courage, and to never surrender